Mark, I want to make sure we talk about vaccines before we let you go. I know you've been sitting in on some of the meetings with Operation Warp Speed and running point for the White House there. There have been some talk about the AstraZeneca vaccine, the trial going on in the UK, and now the phase 3 trial that's underway as of last night's announcement here in the U.S. Last week on CNBC, Jared Kushner said that there would be 100 million doses of a vaccine available here in the U.S. before the end of the year. Could you elaborate on that? Is that the AstraZeneca vaccine? And what is the White House looking for to potentially fast-track something?
Well, it's not just that particular vaccine. We're looking in, and actually Operation Warp Speed is taking an unprecedented action to make sure that vaccine is delivered to hundreds of millions of people before the end of the year. And so what we're doing is actually spending money to produce vaccines, millions, hundreds of millions of doses of vaccine while they're going through the clinical trials. And so as we get any positive news, whether it's AstraZeneca or any of the others that are out there, you know, there's multiple candidates that are going through phase 3 clinical trials right now. We're actually producing that, which means that we'll actually have hundreds of millions of vials of perhaps a vaccine that does not work, that gets shelved. But that's why we have to have this as an all-hands-on-deck kind of approach. And the reason why Jared Kushner was so right in that description is because we're doing that on multiple efforts to make sure that we're not waiting for the approval of a clinical 3 trial to start the manufacturing. We're actually starting the manufacturing in parallel to make sure we can deliver it as quick as we can to the American people. It's unprecedented in terms of what we're seeing, but these are unprecedented times.
To put a quick fine point on this,
sure.
Mr. Meadows, do you expect this vaccine to come out before the election? Or a decision to be made before the election?
Yeah, I can tell you that we're trying to do it. It has nothing to do with November 3rd as much as it has to do with September 30th, October 30th, November 30th. You know, we're trying to make sure that what we do is get a vaccine to the American people as quickly as possible. And whether it comes out before the election or before the end of the year, it will come out in record time. And it's all about trying to help the American people as quickly as we can. This president has been very clear. Get a vaccine, get therapeutics, get it to the American people so that we can get back to normal.